211 straight days of Clippers talk for you guys. Welcome in. I'm Adam Moslin as we get set for Game 7 in Denver. Tipping off about 2.5 hours from now. What time is this tip off? Oh, an hour and a half from now. 90 minutes. Yeah, it's Clippers countdown. I can tell time. Pregame show starting in 25 minutes here, but I thought I'd get on early because, well, it's a game of consequence, you could say, just a bit. Kind of a big deal. D. Damari's in here first. Mio's in here. I want to see what's coming out from Coach Lou pregame. I know Law Murray said that Coach Lou went with the usual. Can't remember for who's going with in the starting lineup. Typical. Expected it. I also expect Nico Batum to be starting, but I wouldn't be totally shocked if Chris Dunn still started. Just so they can bring in Batum a little bit later. All right, chat. How are we doing, Jimmy? Andrew? They're a what favorite for tonight's game? How big of a favorite? Tell me. Coach Lou turned 48, by the way, today. So happy birthday, Coach Lou. David Adelman said this about Nico Batum pregame. Quote, he's a high-level player for what seems like 20 years. That guy's been good forever. Yeah, yes. What else do we got? Ty Lue said he's so locked in, he forgot it was his birthday. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Denver's a 1.5 favorite. I mean, come on. What are we talking about? That's nothing. It's nothing. All right. Enjoy the beers, Rainbow Slice. Yeah, it's a coin flip. MKXLNT is in here. I guess we're not getting anything else pregame from Coach Lou. See a little bit of Kawhi workout tape pregame from Joey Lynn. Clippers are fully healthy. They have Kawhi Leonard in a must-win Game 7. The entire team is healthy and ready to go. Sure, there's some nicks and bruises, but this is all we ever wanted. An actually healthy team for a big game with Kawhi. Oh, hi, Mark. Clipper Nation invading Ball Arena? I hope so. Anyone who brings up a zoo trade or any trade right now is definitely getting a timeout. It's Game 7. DJ knocked knees with somebody in Game 5. He had looked like a slight hyperextension, but he played well in Game 6. I kind of agree. If Norm has a big game, Clippers are going to be really tough to beat. Johnny? I agree. Map. It's been injuries or the bubble in Denver. Bastion Schweinsteiger. Oh no, the mush. predicts a Clippers win. Oh, no. That's awful. The biggest jinx in here is saying the Clippers are going to win. I don't love that. Now I'm worried.
Your faith is bigger, Adam.
My face is bigger?
Your faith. Faith.
I have been eating.
I have a lisp, okay?
Katie Newton's back in here. I don't know what that means for our chances, guys.
I was gonna wear my Clipper hat and then I forgot it. But I brought my Clipper notebook.
Even though she was totally rooting against us, so she wouldn't have to work today. But
I wasn't rooting against you.
yeah, right.
This would have been better for my Saturday.
Original producer Katie is here.
Hello, Internet.
She's back. Does that mean we're winning? Yes or no?
Look at all my notes.
Can she counteract Bastian Schweinsteiger's jinx?
Although my puppy did chew up part of the notebook.
Oh.
That was just the other day.
Is that bad? Bad juju?
She chews on everything.
Clover's got that dog in him.
And her name's Buttercup.
Oh. I didn't run, but I did lift, Andres. People are jumping in from everywhere. And I'm here for it. Yeah, who's going to the watch party? You better be there. Believe. Jokic slow and not a shot blocker. I mean, we've known that all series, and yet I don't know if they've attacked the rim enough. He is a better defender than you'd expect. The troll Taipu is in here. He's getting a timeout immediately. You know what? Forget timeout. Straight block. I'm tired of this guy. His name alone on a day when it's Coach Lou's birthday, not to be tolerated. I know, Coach Lou. We all knew he was going to say this. Yaya said, please, Lord, we've been through enough. Just this once, please. Thoughts and prayers from the East Coast. Thank you. Rodesi Entertainment. Some new people in here. Could be good, could be trolls. I said, give me a scene from a movie, your favorite psych up scene. Dodgers Empire trolling in here. What's your favorite scene to get yourself psyched up from a movie? And I referenced Eli Roth's scene in Reservoir Dogs where he's looking at himself in the mirror. They don't know. They don't know S. You're Beretta. You're super cool. The trolls can kick rocks. I'm not here for it today. Ooh, that's a good one. We fight for that inch. Pre-game show starts in 16 minutes. Early lead, please. Bitter Laker fans in here, yeah. I see that. They won't be in here for long. I don't need the views as much as I need Laker fans blocked. For my life. Pulp Fiction opening. Damn, what is the Pulp Fiction opening? Is that him sitting in the bar with Marcellus Wallace? It's been a while. That's my favorite Tarantino movie. What's wrong with me? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was amazing, though. It's my favorite of his reasons. Yeah, Warriors going 7. All you guys that said, oh, you should lose and face Houston in the first round. If both teams played at their best, I believe the Clippers would win. They're more talented. They're slightly fresher. It is not confirmed. We didn't get a starting lineup pregame. Closely wasn't about to give that out. Agree, if Harden has a big game, I can't see the Clippers losing. Yeah, I've heard people bring this up about Jokic. I heard Bill Simmons say it too. I don't think it affects his legacy that much. Not in my mind. They have a poorly constructed roster. It is a team game, which is why the Clippers should win this game and win this series. But Jokic is that good. If Jamal Murray goes off like he did in Game 5, this whole big narrative thing, let's say, come on. Yeah, Steven Adams is my guy. I love Aquaman. Show starts in about 13 minutes here, guys. Zoo 2020 game. I wouldn't mind that. I haven't picked my player to watch yet. Peter Piper picked a pick. JP9. Think everyone shows up big? I hope so. Do they fly to OKC tomorrow if they win? Yeah, maybe tonight. The swell will be to behind the rim for today's game in Denver. Oh, the Rocky 2 scene with the kids running behind him. That's a good hype scene. That'll get you going. Moki is watching. Adam, fingers crossed. Yeah, I would like to keep going until June. I want to keep the streak alive. If the Clippers lost, am I doing a show tomorrow? I don't know. Empty the clip. Kawhi has been good in this series. He can still be better. He can have another game 2-like performance. Nuggets have great chemistry, connectivity, great heart, toughness, grit. That's how they've taken this to 7. But I think the Clippers are better. But I also said before the series, I got Clippers in 6, but I could see the Nuggets winning at 6. Well, neither of those is happening, but was that Batman Begins? Oh, you're talking about, yeah, the last one, Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, it was disappointing for me, but, Dark Knight's tough to top. Yeah, I hope the refs don't fall for it. I think last game was the first game. Well, the Clippers, I think, still made more threes, but they shot 10% less from 3. Hell's Bells works. Tonight we cancel the apocalypse. Yeah, the Nuggets have no quit in them, especially at home. You can't break their will. It'd be nice if Russ, yes, missed some 3-pointers. That's been frustrating.
Hello.
Let them play, refs. I think these playoffs in general have been outstanding. I think last year the playoffs were outstanding. They were physical last year too. How quickly people forget. Do you remember the first 2 games against Dallas at the Dome? Or no, that wasn't at the Dome.
I got to talk to our engineer, Jesse.
Okay. I'm not muted. I wasn't saying anything.
He's not talking to you.
Yeah. Know your place, guys. No sound for the casuals. 5 minutes till pregame starts. And all hell breaks loose. Oh. Just booked another guest for today.
Ooh.
Farbod S and Shari's going to join because he's superstitious, and when he joins, the Clippers win. So Farbod S and Shari's going to come on about 3:50. Oh, cute puppy. Did I tell you?
You got a puppy? A cat?
2.
You got 2 cats?
All right, guys, here we go. Welcome into a playoff edition of Clippers Countdown for Game 7 of this best-of-7 first-round series between your LA Clippers and the Denver Nuggets in a winner-go-home, a game for all the marbles, as we've had some marble madness already in this series, and it's coming down to which shooter can get the final knockout after a Game 6 on Thursday night, where James Harden and the squad were able to step up and extend the series.
He drives, stops left elbow, 4 to shoot. Scoop lamp is in. Wow. Harden shakes Jokic, lays it up with the left hand. The beard jimmying and finishing for 2. 38-33. Clippers have their largest lead. 7:44 to go in the second. Harden straight away, steps back, fires the 3. Bottoms the beard from downtown. Clippers go up 46-39. Timeout, Denver. Kawhi the rebound. Clippers want to run. Leonard to Norm on the right wing. Skips to the rim. Dunks it through. Norman Powell rises to the rim and detonates. Zubac pass the rebound in the air. Brown and Murray come together. Kawhi comes up with it. Superman slam with the right hand. Clippers have their largest lead. 76-66. Leonard left wing crosses. Pulls up from the mid-range. You bet. Kawhi Leonard, 26 points. Harden's got space, rises for 3, rips the cords. Clippers up, 102-88. Out to it 2, right wing Bogdanovich. He'll try the 3. Yes, sir! Bogey puts 3 fingers to the dome. It's all cash on the triple. Right corner, Norm, pump fake, sidestep, triple. Rattles down. Norman Powell, big time shot. He's got 24. Clippers up 9, 110-101.
James Harden had 21 of his 28 points in the first half, along with 8 assists. Kawhi had 27, 10, and 5. Norman Powell there had 24, and Nico Batum started in the second 24 minutes of the ball game to help the Clippers defend the dome with a 111-105 victory in a must-win Game 6 on Thursday. Here was St. Nick postgame on FanDuel TV with Christina Pink.
Nico, the season's not done yet. You've seen a lot of basketball. How would you describe the urgency to keep this season alive on the defensive end tonight?
And we had to. We had a very, very bad game last game 2 days ago. We had to step up. This is a great team, great player, the champion. So we had to step up. Last game was a very bad game. We have to show up. The crowd was amazing tonight. So we have to show out we did good tonight.
Your fingerprints are all over this game. The rebounds, the assists, the blocks, but when coach inserts you in the lineup to start the second half to put a bigger body on Jamal Murray, what is your mindset in that moment?
I don't know. We have to win though. No, I mean, that was win or go home. I don't want to go home yet, so sorry. No, I just had to go out there and do my job on defense, offense. What I have to do, I just want to win though. And James, had a great game. A big 4, did great tonight. I just had to go out there and do my job, and we got to win. Got a good win tonight.
Well, you guys have already gotten a win in Denver, but to carry this over into Game 7, what is that going to take?
A lot. You got to do like tonight, but even better though. It's a tough crowd. I mean, it's going to be an amazing game, so can't wait.
It's going to take a lot from everyone who takes the floor for the Clippers in order to take a Game 7 in Denver and advance to play OKC on Monday night. And we finally have a fully healthy team when it matters most. Will that be the difference this time with Kawhi back on the court in a closeout game? Well, as Kevin McAllister once said in Home Alone, this is it. Don't get scared now. Tip-off for Game 7 in Denver between the Clippers and Nuggets is just about 61 minutes away. Coming up, we'll have La Murray here in the pregame show. We'll go back in time in Clippers Rewind, but up next is your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Game 7 in Denver. Tip-off is just about 58 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Oslin. This is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Still to come. We'll go back in time in Clippers Rewind. But join the show right now. That would be your radio voice of the Clippers from Ball Arena for the final time this season. Regardless, it's Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, how are we feeling?
Adam, I am feeling so good. Excited for this one. Game 7. What's better than this? I mean, the best two words in sports, and we're getting after it here in Mile High. Just can't wait for the Clippers and the Nuggets. It's been a great battle all series. I would expect nothing less than a great finale to this series.
Let's go back to Thursday night. Clippers win 111-105. James Harden was being called out a little bit by the media. He wasn't as good in games 4 or 5. He delivered and showed up and silenced the critics.
He played all but a minute and 25 seconds in Game 6. He was unbelievable. A huge second quarter for him. He finishes with 28 points on 10 of 20 from the field. If the Clippers want to be successful, Harden has to be shooting about 20 shots a game in this series, and he got up 20 in that Game 6. And what's been more impressive, Adam, is James's ability, even when he's not scoring the ball, to lead to a lot of success for this Clipper team. It felt like when he was on the floor, the Clippers had the confidence that they could find success on the offensive end simply because he had the ball in his hands.
James Harden was dominant. So was Kawhi Leonard. 27, 10, and 5 was so steady and reliable throughout that ball game. Just a constant force out there.
Yeah, I mean, the ability for Kawhi to just get to his spots, finish from the field, knock down big-time shots, I thought that was big. Ivica Zubac's another big game for him. He just continues to have an impressive series, 19 points per game in this series, 10 rebounds. But the Clippers, Adam, and kind of underratedly through this series, Kawhi Leonard leads all players in points per game in this playoff series. And people have talked about, well, Kawhi really hasn't had a good game since Game 2. And when you look at the points and the averages, Kawhi Leonard is the most consistent scorer in this series so far through 6 games. And we know what Kawhi Leonard does in elimination games. His last 3, he's averaging 33 points on 63% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. Game 7 claw. I cannot wait.
Wouldn't mind if he got another friendly bounce in this one, as we've seen in the past with him in Game 7s. You know, somebody else who underratedly has turned his series around, kind of flown under the radar, Norman Powell, the last 4 games now, is averaging a very efficient 20 points per ball game, about 52% from the field, 38% from the outside, and he had 24 in that Game 6 victory.
He was so good. I mean, the ability to get going on the offensive end, to get downhill. I thought his defense maybe stood out as much of his offense in that game, Adam. A couple of steals late for the Clippers. He's averaging about 1 a contest in this series. And the biggest thing for Norman, what he talked about postgame, was he's getting back to attacking the paint and then finding his teammates or getting to the rim. The Clippers have had a ton of success in this series when they get to the paint and they find their teammates or they get to the iron. So for him to be able to continue to get downhill is going to be huge for this team.
Always easier to get to the paint when the floor is spread, and that's what Nico Batum was able to do. He started the second half of Game 6. Coach Lou finally went to his ace up his sleeve, and Nico Batum, and he really shined.
Nico has been so good, and you look at the plus-minus in this series, Adam, the only Clipper that has a equal plus-minus to Nico Batum, not better, because no one is better, but equal, is Kawhi Leonard. And Nico is plus 27 in his minutes this series. He's been an excellent player. David Adelman spoke pregame to how his really scoring ability, his defense ability. He's been a great player for 20 years. Adelman said he remembers watching Nico when he played overseas before he came over to the NBA, really a star in his role, and I'd expect the Clippers to lean on him in this game, Adam. The last time the Clippers had a Game 7, Nico played 42 minutes. I expect a similar output from Batum in this one.
I'm with you, Coach Lou, and happy birthday to Coach Lou. Was coy with it, of course, pregame, saying he can't remember what his starting lineup is. Would not be surprised if Nico Batum was in it. He's Carlo Jimenez from Ball Arena as we get set for Game 7. Clippers and Denver Nuggets in this best-of-7 first-round series. More Carlo coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Denver for game 7 of this first round series. Tip-off is just about 40 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. I'm making about 47 minutes away. Coming up, we'll go back in time in Clippers Rewind, but first back out to Ball Arena, back out to Carlo Jimenez. Performance in game 6. That would be Derek Jones. That ball game with his defense early on Jamal Murray after he started to cook. DJ came in and he shut the water off pretty quickly, or the gas, you could say in this case.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Adam. Derek held Jamal Murray in their one-on-one matchups, according to the NBA tracking data, to just 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. Murray had 12 points in that first quarter. He had 2 in the second. Derek Jones Jr. doing a majority of the defense on that end. And then also, Adam, his ability to knock down threes in that second half. Started 0 for 4, but he continued to shoot the ball. 2 big threes in the corner for the Clippers in that second half, where they were able to finally get the 3-ball going. Just 4 of 22 in the first half, but I believe there's 6 of 11 in the second half. Impressive stuff by this Clipper team, just continuing to shoot the ball. Derek really, Adam, has had a quiet postseason, but I would argue that was his best game of this series so far, changing the way things went for Jamal Murray, who, to start the game, and he started 5 for 7 in that game, Adam. It looked like he wasn't going to miss the rest of the game. He goes 4 of 12 the rest of the night. Big time stuff from Derek Jones Jr.
Somebody else who had a huge impact on the ball game, even if you look at his box score, you might say, okay, this wasn't his best game, but Ivica Zubac in that second half against Nikola Jokic might have played his best defense of his career. He was that good on that end. It has been impressive what he's been doing all series long. I hope he can do it for one more game, but that second half of game 6 from Big Zoo on Nikola Jokic, that opened up a lot of people's eyes about just how good he's been and why he was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation.
Yeah, Jokic had 5 second-half points at him. Zubac allowed 1 made field goal on 8 attempts in that second half. The more impressive number to me, when you talk about the series as a whole, Jokic has shot 35% on his 2-point attempts when Ivica Zubac is guarding him in this series. That is unbelievable when you think about Nikola Jokic, 58% from the field this season. He has been so good, so efficient in the paint, and the Clippers are really trusting Big Zoo. They're putting him on an island. They're saying, hey, can you stay up and down? Can you not foul? Ivica Zubac only has 5 fouls once this entire series. He has been able to stand tall, not commit fouls, and stay in front of the best player in basketball. Now, he's done it for 6 games. Game 7, obviously, you lean on your superstars. Ivica Zubac is going to have to be even better than he was maybe in that second half of Game 6.
It is a Game 7 in Denver. Tip-off is just about 44 minutes away. Carlo Jimenez is on the call. Coming up here on Clippers Countdown, we're going back in time in Clippers Rewind right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers tipping off in Denver just about 42 minutes from now. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. It is Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Coming up, we'll have Farbod Shari on, plus Lob Murray will be here, and then back to Carlo Jimenez. But first, we're going back in time, almost 10 years to the day. It was May 2nd of 2015 in theaters. Then the second Avengers movie, Age of Ultron. Do you see any strings on me? Fast and the Furious 7 was in theaters. That was a tearjerker. Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. Why did I even put this in here? The biggest song on the radio was Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars. And the Clippers were in a Game 7 at home against the San Antonio Spurs and needed a big shot late.
Barnes gets the entry pass to Blake Griffin. The clock begins. Blake hands it off at half court to Chris Paul. Picked up by Green. Chris on the move to the foul circle, to the foul line, to the rim with the right hand out the window. It is in! Oh my goodness! Chris Paul with the shot of his life! 1 second to play! 111, 109! God bless Chris Paul! Oh my goodness!
And what a call from Brian Seaman. Yes, one of the biggest shots in the history of the Clippers franchise. That would propel them to the second round. Of course, CP3 in his 6 years as a Clipper, 10 assists per game. But that was the most dramatic Game 7 by far in franchise history. In fact, that's what we referenced heading into this series, saying it could end up like 2015 with how close these teams are matched up. It has. We're getting a Game 7 now against Denver. Tip-off from Ball Arena is just about 41 minutes away. Up next, your player to watch, and then Farbod Shari right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Denver for Game 7, and we are just about 38 minutes away from tip-off. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. It's Clippers Countdown, the official pregame show of your LA Clippers. Coming up next, Farbod Shari will be here from SI Now, and then Lob Murray of The Athletic. But first,
this is LA Clippers basketball.
Watching this guy play right now is really something.
Players to watch.
I'm watching Big Zoo. His stat line in Game 6 did not tell the full story. He only had 10 and 6, but he was 5 of 6 from the field. But that defense in the second half on Nikola Jokic, that's what it was all about. Jokic struggled in a way we haven't seen in his career, really. It was shocking to watch, and Big Zoo has been that good on him throughout this series. He's averaging 19 and 10 on 68% shooting while guarding the best player in the league. I need one more game of Big Zoo staying out of foul trouble and finding a way to just make life tough on Nikola Jokic so the Clippers don't have to come over and double as much, leading to open shots. Make all the difference in this one. Big Zoo, my player to watch. Up next, Farbad Esenshari will be here as we get set for the Clippers in Denver in Game 7. Tip-off is 36 minutes away, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Denver for Game 7. Win or go home. Win, you advance to the second round to take on OKC Monday night. Lose in Cancun. I'm Adam Mosland. You're listening to Clippers Countdown. Coming up, we got La Murray joining the show. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Joining the show right now is a man who slid into my DMs late last night and said, the Clippers are undefeated. They're 3-0. When I go on TV or on the radio during the playoffs, might have to come on with you due to superstitious behavior. That's what we got him. It's Farbad Esenshari from SI Now. Join the show here on Clippers Countdown, hopefully to bring them a little bit of good luck. Hopefully they can be 4-0 after today. Farbad, how we feeling?
Listen, the first half of that sentence sounded kind of dubious, but the second half,
I just wanted to keep people guessing.
Very, very, very nervous. It is the definition of a toss-up series that shouldn't even be going 7, but it is.
Yeah, we just played the rewind from the Clippers versus San Antonio series in 2015. We talked about it before the series started. We thought it could go this direction. It has. How confident are you in the Clippers being able to win one more in Denver?
So, I mean, it all kind of comes down to execution. No bad turnovers. Getting back on transition if you miss a 3. And the kind of law of averages, hopeful person in me feels like at some point their magnet ball game has to come because all they get are wide open shots. literally. They just shoot. Every three they get is wide open, yet somehow they can't shoot, above 30% as a team. There should be some regression for Denver, but it doesn't seem like it. Christian Braun is due for a big game. I mean, there's a few factors that cancel out. The one thing I'm worried about is I think Jokic is going to be more decisive in shooting threes quickly because of how many times he kept pump faking and hesitating.
Yeah, he's been hesitating with the jumper all series long. As good as Ivica Zubac has been, it doesn't mean anything for Game 7. Jokic is a basketball god, and he could turn around and drop 40 in this ball game. We've seen it before. But Jamal Murray had his 40 ball in Game 5. Who do you think could step up in a big way for the Clippers? Who could be the X factor for them?
I think the X factor has to be Norman Powell because you saw it in Game 6 in the third quarter. Once he got that confidence and he was decisive, there was nothing anybody could do to stop him because they were all game planning for Harden or Zubac or Kawhi. That Norm is just that extra guy where it's like, well, what do we do with that? So I think Norm has to be that X factor. To a degree, you could say Bogey or Batum because their shots are going to be wide open. So they just got to hit their wide open shots.
The last time we saw Kawhi Leonard in a Game 7 for the Clippers, he almost had a triple-double against Dallas back at, I don't even know if it was still Staples Center in 2021 or Crypto, but I'm excited to see what Kawhi can do because he has an opportunity also to right a wrong of what happened in that Game 7 in the bubble against the Denver Nuggets.
I mean, the thing that people forget about that Game 7 too is it was pretty similar where it was like, every role player is cold. Somebody's due for a magnet ball. And I think like Marcus Morris hit like 7 or 8 threes. And then Luke Kennard hit like another 5. So it was kind of similar in that regard.
Yeah. Also, James Harden. We know his reputation in elimination games, but he just had a fabulous Game 6 where he played 47 minutes. Hoping he has enough gas left in the tank because they might need him for all 48 tonight.
It's funny how many. It's weird that there's like a legacy on the line in a sense for the Clippers tonight, where it's on one end they were favored entering the series and they had the 2-1 lead, and people have all these narratives about Harden. But at the same time, these guys are expected to win 30 games this season, and like we're expected to feed OKC's lottery pick. So it's interesting to see what mentality do these guys come in with. Do they come in with like that kind of freedom, or do they come in with tension of, oh, we blew it, or the freedom of we're playing with house money?
Well, hopefully they feel somewhat at home because Steve Ballmer flew out a bunch of people from the Swell, and they're building their own wall at Ball Arena. How incredible is this?
That's probably one of the coolest things, if not the coolest thing I've seen an owner do in sports. Apparently, he chartered them out, too.
Wow.
They didn't even have to fly commercial.
Unreal. Clipper Nation.
It's kind of the coolest thing I've ever heard.
This is the advantage of having the best owner in sports. Ownership, the biggest advantage in sports. Clipper Nation, you got Steve Ballmer.
Somebody said online, too, that somebody was like, oh, I dare them to do that. Like, that'd be cool. Like yesterday.
Bet.
I saw that online, and I was like, I wonder if someone saw that and they're going to do it. And then they ended up doing it.
Incredible. We're just about 28 minutes away from tip-off. Clippers in a Game 7 taking on the Denver Nuggets. Farbod Esenshari was our guest from SI Now. Farbod, between everybody at the wall and you doing this hit here on the radio side, maybe the Clippers will have a little bit of luck when they need it late in this ball game. Thanks for doing this.
No problem. Have a good one. I'm going to go run in stress right now.
This is the best way to work off the stress. Believe me, I got my workout in earlier. Clippers will get theirs in Mile High in Denver. Tip-off 28 minutes away. Up next, La Murray of the Athletic from Ball Arena. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Game 7 from Ball Arena in Denver. Tip-off is just about 25 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, back to Carlo Jimenez. But first, let's get to him. Second day on the show. It's the return of La Murray of The Athletic. At La Murray, the NU is where you find him. And he just dropped some breaking news. DJ Derek Jones Jr. is in the starting lineup next to Norm, Kawhi, James Harden, and Ivica Zubac. Law, the analytics say he's played well next to them at an elite level all season long. I guess Coach Lou had one more trick up his sleeve.
Yeah, I love the decision because we were discussing yesterday that I really wasn't feeling Nico being in the starting lineup just because it limits your options off the bench. Now I feel like you're going to get Derek Jones Jr. in that starting lineup. I feel like it's almost inspired by the Minnesota Timberwolves and the lineup that they had last year in Game 7 right here in this building. Derek Jones Jr. is your Jaden McDaniels. Karl Anthony Towns is now Kawhi Leonard. Rudy Gobert is now Ivica Zubac. James Harden is the Anthony Edwards in that. And then Norman Powell is the Mike Conley. And so, you roll with this group. Nico is coming off the bench. Bogdanovic is going to get his shot. And I'm interested to see what happens with Chris Dunn and Ben Simmons. I feel like you can roll those guys in situationally just to steal minutes. But this pretty much is Tyronn Lue saying we are going to do something different, but it's not what you guys have been trying to tell us to do all series.
He keeps us guessing. I love the move as well. I think it helps that disrupting ripple effect of starting Batum, and then do you get him out early to get him back with a small ball unit late in the first, start of the second? This just makes things a lot more seamless. And Derek Jones Jr., the numbers have said all season long, he has been the guy next to the other four that has produced the most. When you look at the analytics, this is a great move. Coach Lou saving the best for last. We will see how it turns out, but this Clippers team will not be alone. The wall travels. Unbelievable. I can't believe the atmosphere there right now. Law, you're there. Can you describe it for us, what happened in this ballgame?
Man, it's crazy. I'm literally looking at all these people right over there, right, you know what I'm saying, and making their own little wall, if you will. It's really amazing. Think about this. 5 years ago, the Clippers lost to the Nuggets in the bubble. There wasn't anybody in the stands except team personnel and the few invited guests that were allowed to be in the bubble. And now the Clippers were like, hey, we know that maybe some Avalanche fans went to Dallas, or, some people are watching the Kentucky Derby. Well, we're going to occupy those seats for you. So this is already going to be a hype environment. And I hope these people go home happy. Let's just put it that way.
Win for the wall. Thank you, Steve Ballmer. An unbelievable move. Chartered them over there to have.
That's confidence, man. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. It could make all the difference in the world. Speaking of difference, you mentioned Norman Powell yesterday, saying that he's the guy that you're looking at. If he plays well in this ball game, that could portend good things for this Clippers team.
Yeah. It's just Denver's not good defensively. Okay, they can be good enough at times, and we've seen that in this series. But overall, this is an opportunity here for the Clippers offense to put these dudes away. Like, you know that Denver's got a great offense. They got two great offensive players in this game, okay? You have Aaron Gordon, who's going to make things hard on you. You have Russell Westbrook, who's going to obviously play with the level of intensity that, he can't really turn off. So, other than that, there's not a lot of players for Denver, and on the other hand, there are a lot of players for the Clippers, but they have to play well. Those guys have to play well. And when it comes to Norm, I just keep going back to, I didn't calculate the exact number of weeks and days, but first road game of the season was right here in Denver on a Saturday, front end of a back-to-back, and that dude Norm cooked the Nuggets, like 22 fourth quarter points, 14 baskets from the field, and I think he had 7 threes. So 7 threes and 7 inside the three-point line. And honestly, that was with Amir Coffey playing fourth quarter minutes. That was with Terrence Mann starting the game. The Clippers are a better, more optimized team, if nothing else, because Kawhi Leonard is going to be available, right? And so that's what has to happen. I feel like I think James is going to get attention. Zoo is a center. You already know where he's going to be, and Kawhi is going to get attention. It's going to be so hard for the Nuggets to account for all that, take those guys away, and then take Norman Powell away. Norman Powell only has 2 quarters in this series where he's had double-digit points. I think he needs at least 2 quarters with double-digit points today, and I think that might be the difference between the Clippers advancing or not.
We've seen the Clippers adjustment. DJ starting. What do you think David Adelman can do? Because he's limited more so with his options. What could be a wrinkle or a player who could play more that's unexpected?
That's unexpected? I don't know, man. I don't know. Peyton Watson's your 7th guy. DeAndre Jordan's your 8th guy. After that, it's the only other guys who've been in the rotation all season have been Julian Strother, who's been phased out ever since he came back from injury, and Pickett, who Pickett had a nice little run, but that's too many small guards, especially against this team. Pickett's been phased out of this series. So, I mean, there are no surprises. That's the thing with the Nuggets. You know who they're going to play. You know who's going to play a lot and who they can't afford to play a lot. You know, I'm interested to see how Michael Porter Jr. comes out, because Michael Porter Jr. had a really rough Game 6. We all know Michael Porter Jr. is playing through injury. We know he's a mark on defense. They're going to start the game. Porter Jr. is going to guard Derrick Jones Jr. You know, I really just don't know how you're going to approach it if you're the Nuggets. There's just not enough guys. That's where I'm at.
What do you expect from Jokic after just 5 points in the second half of Game 6?
More free throws and more threes.
Ooh.
He's going to get to the line more. That's just what's going to happen. Like, for the entire team, Game 6 was the only time all season, we're talking 88 games, it's the only time the Nuggets attempted fewer than 10 free throws, right? The declarations have been made. Nikola Jokic says that he has been guarded extremely well by Zoo, but most of it is Zoo making Joker question what he's doing. I just feel like Joker is going to be more intentional. Either the 3 ball is going to fly, or he's going to go through Ivica Zubac's body consistently. And so again, the Nuggets lost this game after having a 20-point lead last year. So I expect the most out of Nikola. And Nikola and Jamal had 30 points apiece in that game. It was their teammates who didn't step up. I know Nikola is going to play well. I think Jamal is going to play well. I don't know about anybody else.
Interesting. He is Law Murray of The Athletic. At Law Murray, the NU is where you find him. You found him on Clippers Talk all season long. Law, I'm hoping to find you in OKC on Monday night, my friend. But great job all year. Appreciate you. Let's go Clippers. I want to see you in OKC on Monday. I'm sorry.
Bag is packed.
Let's
games,
go.
everyone.
Coming up next, we got an NBA out-of-town scoreboard, and then Carlo Jimenez, as we are just about 14 minutes away from tip-off in Game 7 in Denver, Clippers and Nuggets, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Game 7 in Denver from Ball Arena. As the wall has traveled out there, thanks to Steve Ballmer, Clipper Nation is representing at Ball Arena in Denver. They're forming a makeshift wall currently. Unbelievable. The Clippers will not feel alone, even while in the Lions' Den. Coming up, we got Carlo Jimenez back on the show. But first, let's get you your drive around the league. Brought to you by Toyota's electrified lineup, including hybrids, plug-in hybrids, all electrics, and even fuel cell electric vehicles. So you can choose exactly the type you need for your lifestyle. We make it easy. This is the only game in town today. Tomorrow, there will be another Game 7 in the Western Conference in Houston at 5:30 for tip-off. It's the Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Many of you thought the Houston Rockets would be pushovers in the first round. You guys should try to lose and get the Houston Rockets, and even though you'd have to play in the play-in. Well, the Rockets won a must-win Game 6 on the road, 115-107 in San Francisco yesterday, and forced to Game 7. That'll be taking place tomorrow in Houston. Coming up next, back to Carlo Jimenez, your radio voice of the Clippers, as we get set for Game 7 from Ball Arena. Clippers and Nuggets, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Denver for Game 7. Tip-off is just 10 minutes away. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we'll get your keys to victory. But first, back out to Ball Arena and back to your radio voice of the Clippers in Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, the wall travels. What a scene you have in front of you right now. Feels like home, right?
It really does. I mean, at one point, the Denver in-house PA was saying, Denver fans, let's get loud. And then all you could hear were LAC chants. And then in response to those, you got boos from the Denver crowd. So you're getting boos in your home arena for a fan base that is here. It is really, I was talking to Dan Fitzpatrick, who's the Clippers lead video coordinator, and we were just talking about what this environment is like. And he said, look, the greatest advantage in sports is ownership, and it's not cliche. It is very much true. And the Clippers being able to fly 120 fans out here to Ball Arena for a Game 7. What more can you say about the Clippers organization and Steve Ballmer? From the Intuit Dome to this, Adam, nobody loves his team, I think, more than Steve.
Yeah, I always say the Clippers were at a disadvantage for 40 years. Now they have the best owner in sports, proving it once again. flying out Clipper Nation to make sure they have a home court type of feel in this Game 7. Just an unbelievable gesture. God bless Steve Ballmer. All right. Now, God bless Coach Lou for pulling another trick, a rabbit out of his hat, you could say. I mentioned earlier how, it's underrated how well DJ played in that Game 6. I don't think it was lost on Coach Lou, who is starting Derek Jones Jr. in the ballgame.
Yeah, Adam, I went into the media room and I looked at Tomer and I said, this guy comes into his pregame press conference and says, no more adjustments to be made. We'll just roll with what we have. And here he is, adjusting the starting lineup. The chiropractor strikes once again in Ty Lue. I love this change for the Clippers. You get more athleticism. So many times Chris Dunn's getting layups, reverse layups on those baseline cuts at him. These are now lobs to Derek Jones Jr., right? He's going to be that vertical threat. And he is a good three-point shooter and has been this season, a career-high 35% on the season. So I don't expect a big game from Derek Jones Jr., but I think more of it is the defense, honestly, on Jamal Murray. Ty Lue knows that Jokic can have 40 and the Clippers can win. Jamal Murray having 40, it's a lot harder to win the game simply because Jokic is going to have that triple-double that helps the team out, gets everybody involved, but you can't let anybody else get going in an elite way. The Clippers want to shut down Jamal Murray.
Carlo, quickly, your player to watch in this Game 7.
Who's your player to watch? Because we can't overlap.
I got to be Zubats. You know that. He's my all-time player to watch.
A big-time player to watch there. Going Derek Jones Jr. Give me the starter.
All right.
That's what I got. It's hard.
Executive decision from Carlo Jimenez there. Let's go. Clippers in a Game 7 in Denver. Tip-off is just about 8 minutes away. Coming up next, your keys to victory. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers in Denver for Game 7. Let's get to your keys to victory. Win the turnover battle. Win the battle of the boards and defend without fouling. And the Clippers could be an OKC Monday night. Here we go. Carlo Jimenez is on the call for Game 7 from Ball Arena. Clippers, Denver Nuggets. Tip-off is coming up next right here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.